So, my One Direction experience, I went to the concert in Kansas City, July 19th, 2013, and 4:30 in the morning, I got out of bed. We went up with a couple friends, we went up to the Sprint Center, and we waited outside for almost 2 hours before the buses got there. And, I mean, we didn't meet One Direction, but we saw the buses. Like, the buses came right in front of us. Like, I have pictures of the tour bus literally, like, not even a foot away from me. And, bus driver waved at me, and that was amazing. And most people, they'd question me. I'd say that, and they'd be like, why is that such a big deal? But, one, the bus driver has associated with One Direction at one point. Two, I mean, I was already freaking out, and I mean, you couldn't quite tell even who was who on the bus. You just see this hand waving, and so you're gonna start freaking out anyways. So, I mean, I was already freaking out, but then I realized it was the bus driver, and it's still amazing because, I mean, he's been with One Direction and even 5 Seconds of Summer. So we waited around then after we saw the buses. We kept kind of like looking under the gate, but they kept getting us in trouble and making us move because it was unsafe, even though the thing beeped anytime you needed to move. But then eventually a bunch more people started showing up, and it was just starting to get, because see, me and my friends, we got interviewed 3 times for the news, and one of them I know for sure aired on the news. And after that, a bunch of girls started showing up, and we're just like, we've been here since 5 in the morning. I mean, we were gonna be pretty mad if we didn't meet them, and like some other girls that were showing up after that did. But as a matter of fact, we didn't meet them, and by about 8 o'clock, got there about 5:15. By about 8 o'clock, we left because we hadn't eaten anything that morning yet. And I mean, like, people showed up at like 7 with like coffee and everything. We had nothing. We were there from 5 in the morning. And we had nothing. And still best experience like ever. And so then went back to the hotel after that and slept for like 4 hours. And then after that we went back up to the venue, Sprint Center, and it was hot outside. Like, there were people like just sitting all over the ground. I mean, it was hot. Like, words can't even describe how hot it was. So we got our merchandise, and then the concert still didn't start for about 2 or 3 more hours. And since it was so hot and we didn't have any water with us or anything, we decided to go back to the hotel. So we walked back to the hotel. We stayed there for like about an hour, and then we walked back to the Sprint Center, and we waited outside in the heat for probably about an hour, got really dehydrated, came close to passing out, and some girl, like, literally this close to the door, that was standing next to us, just puked everywhere, and it was disgusting. Barely missed my shoes. And after that, we finally got inside, got a lot of water, and like chugged that. And it was just kind of amazing. Like, once you got in there, they showed a bunch of videos and everything. And I think my favorite experience from this concert was like the moment that they started like turning down the lights again after 5 Seconds of Summer was on, and you just knew One Direction was coming on, and everyone just went nuts, and it was louder than I have ever heard people scream before. And I mean, that was just an amazing feeling. I got goosebumps. I've got goosebumps now just thinking about it. It was amazing. And then I really loved too the parts when they like made us sing with them. Like, in Little Things, they had us sing with them, and we started out kind of quiet, and then they just kept saying louder and louder, and every time we got louder until we were like screaming. And it's awesome. Like, if you've seen videos of it, it's amazing. And I mean, I was in the very back row, and I still had the best time ever at this concert. It was amazing. And don't ever give up if you think you're not gonna see One Direction, because I was you. I thought I never was gonna see them. And I tried everything for those tickets. And my mom kept saying no, and then guess what I got for my birthday? So don't give up. It can happen to anybody. And I mean, it was just amazing. Like, even being in the back row, they kept acknowledging, like, they'd be like, how's everyone doing up there? And everyone in the back would scream, and it was an all-time probably best concert I've been to, and I'm gonna remember that for quite some time. So that is my One Direction experience.